Welcome to Conversations and Connections to Amplify and Inspire. I'm Karen Powell. This season we're taking things to the next level, exploring how simple introductions and a curiosity to learn can lead to extraordinary moments. Together we'll uncover stories, celebrate the transformative power of human connection and how it drives us to collaborate, contribute, create a better future and influence change in our community. I hope you enjoy it. What can one conversation teach us? A lot. Hello, I'm Karen Powell, and I want to talk to you today about something that has echoed through almost every episode, event, and interaction I've had this year: the power of one conversation. Recently, Robert Moorman shared a moment that stayed with me. In just a 6-minute Uber ride, he discovered a whole life story about a father juggling 2 jobs to help his daughter through medical school. It wasn't a long talk, it wasn't planned, but it happened because Robert was curious enough to ask, curious enough to listen. And it got me thinking. And in particular, it reminded me of a co-working day we ran at the neighbourhood house in Hyatt back in 2016, where I first met Michelle Jelleff, who was the then chair of the Start Foundation. She walked into that room with the other 6 participants of the day, and we'd never met her before. And she told the story of how the foundation came to be, only because we asked. She could have just told us she was the chair of the Start Foundation, and that could have stopped the conversation. But we were inquisitive enough to ask what they did. Michelle shared that her sister-in-law's cycling accident and incredible resilience had sparked a movement to empower amputees through sport and education. As we'd recently had a grandson, the thought of small children not being able to play on the monkey bar or to kick a football was unreal. She shared the story about how sports prosthetics at that time were seen luxury item and not covered by the NDIS. They started because they wanted to help put her sister back on her bike, and that there were other families that they felt faced similar challenges and they wanted to provide support for them too. In series 1, you can hear a podcast conversation with Michelle, because from that first conversation, we continued our relationship for several years and were actively involved in supporting their work until finally the NDIS did recognise their work and their deed was done and handed over to them. Her story was a story of bravery, of resilience and of commitment. And my job has been to help people to hear these stories and to share them. But these moments aren't rare. They happen around us all the time if we choose to notice them. And I've seen it through the voices that have joined me on the podcast in both series. I can think of a guest who opened up about imposter syndrome and how naming it out loud led them to redefine their entire career. Or the conversation with Nikki Kloss, where we talked about burnout, and the episodes where someone finally feels they've been heard. Every episode is a reminder that when we ask better questions and when we go beyond surface level exchanges, we give others permission to go deeper too. We live in such a fast world, and I was only talking to a friend today, that sometimes we seem to work on autopilot and we don't pause, not even briefly, to inquire how someone is going or to just simply listen to what's going on in their life. Here's the learning that keeps returning to me, is that the value of an inquiring mind isn't just in what we gain, it's in what we offer. By simply being present, not only do we learn about the drivers and the perspectives of others, but we offer others a chance to have space to air their views, to gain clarity of their ideas and work through a problem, and the courage to talk about what's concerning them. So here's a gentle prompt as you move into your week. What conversation could you start? not to get something, but to give someone a moment of being seen, of being listened to. Let's step into the next month or the remainder of this year with more curiosity, more connection, and a deeper trust that small moments might hold the biggest transformations, not just for ourselves, but for others. The power of conversation, the power of networking is how we can create an impact. Thanks for being here with me. And if this has sparked something in you, send me a message, share your story, or bring a new question into your conversation. Oh, and if you would like to know how to be more curious, my game that you can play with your team, your friends, your family, will help you find things out about them that you never knew before. One of the questions is, what would you like to do that you've never done before? And my grandson certainly surprised me with his answer. What would be yours? Because I'm interested, I'm curious, and I'd love to know. Until next time, I'm Karen Powell, encouraging you to stay curious, stay kind, and stay open and receptive. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me on Conversations and Connections today. I hope this conversation sparked new ideas and reminded you of the power of meaningful connections. A huge thank you to all of our guests for sharing their valuable insights and inspiring stories. Visit my website at karenpowell.com.au. You'll find resources, insights, and opportunities to work with me to make every conversation count and create lasting impact. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and leave a review to help spread the word. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and let's start making an impact together, one conversation at a time.